Oh.
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool. I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel. My brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother! And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
It can hide itself? Amazing! It's over! Eternal devastation! Get word! Earth smoke! Swallow blade! Infernal torrent!
Dragon shout!
I owe you one.
Lightning orb!
Take this! I'm not done!
Flame of
First strike! Rise is Phoenix!
Burning!
Watch your finish!
Raging Cascade!
Infernal torrent! First strike! Here I come! Strike!
Lightning condemned! Thunder blade!
Here we go again! It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Take this! Here it is! It's over!
Photon blast! Lightning condemned! Hurricane! Flame of Fury! Burning strike!
Here I come!
Let me help!
Swallow blade! Right on!
Thank you. It's weakened. Lightning orb.
This ends now!
Condemned.
Infernal torrent!
Where are you going?
Powered hurricane! Eat this!
Sliver drag. Here's a healing arm. First aid. Lightning orb. Raging cascade. By the power of water. And here.
Infernal torrent!
I'll be saving this one. Photon blast. Lightning field.
strike.
I'm on it. Here's a healing arm.
Infernal dust!
Eat this. Here's a healing arm.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes!
And
I'm on it!
Take this!
First aid.
That one thing!
Infernal turret!
Into the fray!
I'm not done! Lightning thrust! Rising Phoenix!
Lightning orb! Will this help? Dance in the wind! Air throw healing back!
That's the spot. Now I'm in the groove.
Here I come!
Now, astral energy!
Say no more!
Here's a healing art!
You're mine!
First aid!
Try that!
Lightning attack!
Infernal turret!
Thunderblast!
You're
Reinforcement!
mine! Infernal turret!
Supernova!
Swallow
Let the
blade!
marksman hit! Raging cascade!
Infernal turret!
Spread! Searing flame! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! Not now, not ever!
Now you see what I can do.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Here I come! Eternal devastation!
Here's a healing art!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Infernal turret!
Raging cascade!
Strike!
Recover! Confiscate! Will this help? I never miss!
Burn!
Lightning orb!
Eternal devastation!
Raging cascade!
Max!
Healing breath!
Try this! Infernal turret!
Here I come!
You're mine!
I'm ready! Glacial spear! Here's it! I never miss!
What's this?
Dance in the wind! In here!
Anything in armor is all fine. Almost there.
Oh, close enough. Take it away, Law.
I thought you'd never ask.
This one's all mine. I'm on it.
All good things come to an end.
Crush! Hold nothing back!
You're such a failure.
You'll pay for that! Crush! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you back from death abyss! Lightning condemned!
Eternal and more of this and I'll burn out! Crush!
Here's a healing art! First aid! Here goes! Here goes! That move!
Here comes a big one!
Glacial spear! Evil! Wind astral energy! Breeze laser!
Eternal devastation!
Photon!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Air sword!
Burn it
Wind
out!
astral energy!
Tectonic fire! I'm on a roll, man! Do it!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship? Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Tsar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elder Menenzia. Go. To Mahag Sar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renin. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream? What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renins?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renin supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renin lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd G.C.A go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did G.C.A run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Miguel entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
That looks like the Zoogle we were told about.
Out of our way!
Here I come! Try this!
Glacial Spear!
Let them run toward cover, okay? Here's a healing arc! Light effort!
Pull it together, Law.
Sorry, right. I'm calm.
I'll tear you apart! Get to the wind! Searing split!
Infernal turret!
Here, let's lead them in!
Here I come!
Water,
Try this!
hear my call!
Infernal turret!
Spread! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Tree Blaster!
Water blade! Try this!
Put you through!
Infernal turret!
Into group!
You're mine!
Wind Astral Energy!
Try this!
Talon Hurricane! Burning!
Try this!
Hear my call!
Infernal turret!
Spread!
Glacial Spear!
Here's evil!
Infernal turret!
Light Storm!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Infernal turret!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Can't move!
Here goes! More with that! I'll bring all back from death's abyss! Spread! Dance in the wind! Field! Here I go!
Not
More
done
for the
yet.
stockpile! Mega Ray! Steel Force! Another
Eternal devastation!
Lightning to death! Thunder
Take
blade!
this!
Precipitation!
Infernal turret!
Mega Ray! Lightning wind
Eternal devastation! This one's all mine! Swallow blade! Infernal turret!
Pieces!
Burn in hell!
Crumble!
I'll smash you!
Lightning! Dance in the wave of fury! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Will this help?
I'm just getting started!
Eternal devastation!
Healing orb! Raging
I really
cascade!
owe you one.
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
Rising trident!
I'll finish you here
Eternal
and now!
turret! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Dragon shell!
Eternal devastation!
Lightning orb! Glacial spear! Pierce
I'll
evil!
tear you apart!
Be still!
Thunderbolt!
Rising phoenix!
It was nice while it lasted.
Big clap!
Thunder field! Raging cascade!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Flame of fury! Raging strike!
I'm on! Watch it!
Here's a healing arm!
First strike!
Eternal devastation!
Raging cascade! Fresh! Dance in the wind! I never miss! Confiscated!
Armor won't save you!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Hurricane!
Watch it!
That's the spot!
Hear my call! Go dance in the wind! That move!
Here comes the big one!
Freeze flare! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
Freaking does it! I really owe you one.
Eat this!
I'll be waiting to hear my call! Hey, let's...
Eternal devastation!
Lightning orb! Glacial spear! Here's
Oh, and
Eternal turret!
I'll tear you apart!
In here! More for the stuff!
Eternal
I'm almost
devastation!
impressed!
I'll finish you here and now!
I said almost. Don't get turned away.
Go away!
I owe you one.
Wind astral energy! Raging
astral
cascade. That's my cue!
Shut him down!
It was nice while it lasted.
Eternal devastation!
Take this!
In here! More for the stockpile! Hear my call! More with that
Eternal turret!
Lightning down! Thunderblade! It's weakened!
Stardust! This ends now!
Here's a healing arm! Dance in the
Felt
wind!
fine not too long ago.
Eternal devastation!
Photon blast! Raging cascade!
Try this! Eternal turret!
Demon's descent! Flashing bang!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Michael's...
Yeah.
All right.
Hey!
After all that, G.C.A never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, G.C.A. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, G.C.A.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, G.C.A.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Eldaman and Sia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part. That you fight alongside me. Not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna...
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elderman and Sea Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Here it comes!
I can't hold on much longer!
Thanks. Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Ah, right.
Lightning orb!
Done! I'll finish you here and now! Inferno turret!
By the power!
Did you see?
Sure did. The part where you swung and missed, right?
Not that part!
No choice. Come one, come all. Here I come. It's time.
In here!
Rising sun coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Here's annihilation! Here's the flame of fury!
Swallow blade.
I'll be here my call!
This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's
I
for.
guess you have
Get
your
behind
uses
me.
now and
Gun.
again.
Leave it to you.
Lies unstoppable.
Shame you're not like that all the time.
Crush. They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds. What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense, enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Now, where might those fish be?
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Ha! Nothing's biting. There we go. Good fishers always keep their cool. And that's all there is to...
Wow. Kisara?
Oh,
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
that's how fish...
Okay!
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, G.C.A. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else. Hey, that actually...
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to G.C.A earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet G.C.A still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Forgive you!
They got me flushed!
Blazing cascade!
Here I come! Watch it!
Glacial Helios! Here's evil!
Infernal turret!
Freeze Blazer!
You're mine!
I'm healing wall!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Well,
Get
we're on the home
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Water! Here's my tail! Glacial
Infernal turret!
evil!
Talon storm!
Freeze Blazer!
That's what I like to hear.
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo.
Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies!
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Okay, time out to stop the recording. So I can do other stuff. Alright, see you on the next.